Where do we put the fishing bowl and the... What's that, a towel? There's a fishing bowl. You don't have a towel? You don't have any shoes? Yeah, I mean... I'm going to put this in the top. No. Wait, what is all the building? That's okay. Here, roll those up, put them down. Right here. Right in there. Okay. Mommy, should I put these in the top? Mm-hmm. What is the piece? There's fishing in there. What is it? Are you ready? Mm-hmm.
All ready? Okay. Sandy, let's go. They're waiting.
You're awesome.
The convention system is not fair. We know that. When we're in a majority, we roll over you, and when you're in a majority, you roll over us. This is just madness. It's nothing but madness. This is the old politics, and there are some of us who want to move into an era of new politics. We'd like party primaries in this state.
A major theme through this convention was, of course, the events of last week and the assassination of Senator Robert Kennedy, and references to it showed up in most of the major speeches.
The bell that tolls for Senator Robert F. Kennedy tolls for you and me, too. This man, Bobby Kennedy, was a tough and he was an effective political leader who aroused conflicting emotions, as strong political leaders always do. But let us never forget two things about the late Bobby Kennedy. He played by the rules of the game, and he stood for something.
Within the last week, we witnessed another tragedy as Senator Kennedy, a candidate for president, became another victim of violence. In itself, this is a very horrible event that causes grave concern for the moral welfare of our nation. But this is but one of a series of tragedies. And I would like to make one thing clear today here in Dallas at our state Democratic Convention. Despite the violence that has become too much a part of our society, that one city or one ethnic group or one section of the country cannot be blamed. That Dallas is not sick. Memphis is not sick, and Los Angeles is not sick, and America is not sick.
Did you think that you may be putting your job at stake?
Yes, we were all very well aware that we were risking our jobs by speaking out, but we thought that it was important enough that someone finally speak out so that perhaps by some means the program could be made what it ought to be.
Paul was a young man, I think 32 years old, did a good job there at the institution. He was being used as an engineer and we're still doing all right, doing all right.
Would you call him an average prisoner, or?
I would say that Paul was above average, particularly insofar as his intelligence and his will to work was concerned.
Why then do you think that he would want to break out of prison?
I think possibly the reason that he decided to leave was either real or imaginary family problems.
These must have been fairly strong for him to want to leave at that particular time, or to take a chance like this. How much time did he have left?
Paul had about 18 months to go before he would have discharged.
As expected, the Texas Democratic Convention has named Governor John Connally its favorite son candidate for president, and its delegation to Chicago will have instructions to support him as the favorite son candidate.
Permit me to say that I am fully aware of the great honor, the great trust, and the confidence that you've expressed just now in me. And let me assure you that I shall be true to that trust in every way that I know how.
This did not come without opposition, particularly from Houston and from El Paso. Some 200 to 300 liberals walked out of the convention, holding a rump convention of their own in downtown Dallas. They were led in their floor fight by Mrs. Billy Carr of Houston. The dispute was over the unit rule, whether all delegates to Chicago should be bound to vote the same way, even though a large minority might oppose it. The resolution for the unit rule was the occasion of the walkout. At the Democratic State Convention at Memorial Auditorium, this is Travis Lynn, Channel 8 News.
Do you think that any of you all would go back into the program with the same people in control of it as it stands now?
It would depend a great deal on whether the program were completely revised to conform to the government guidelines for it. I can't conceive that the Community Action Committee and Mr. Maley would be able to make that kind of a change in their attitude toward the program.
Five teachers left their classroom and took their students with them. Now, that is the issue as far as we're concerned. The fact they went to the city council or if they'd have gone fishing is really not the issue. We think that they were guilty of bad judgment, insubordination, and the cardinal sin was their involvement of the enrollees